Kia ora, hello, my name is Matt, and over the next couple of minutes I'm going to be showing you the very easy steps on how to plant your tree in the ground. Before we get going, there's a few things we need to do to make sure we do this safely. The first thing is a good pair of shoes. The second thing, if you've got a pair of gloves, they'll be very useful as well. And thirdly, and the most importantly, you'll need a good spade. Now, in preparing to plant our tree, the first thing you may want to do is you may want to soak your plant in water to give it a good start. And the easiest way to do this is to find yourself a bucket, fill it with water, and then all you need to do simply is to dunk and fully submerge it in the water, wait for the bubbles to stop, and then we can take it out and we're ready to plant. Let's dig our hole. First thing we want to do is we want to remove the sod if it's a heavily grassed area, and we put that to the side. Okay, how deep should the plant be? Well, basically you want to make sure that there's at least a couple of fingers of soil covering the top of the plant. The most important thing we need to do now is we need to remove the plastic bag from the tree. There's a couple of ways you can do this. First thing we can do is we can just use both of our hands and we squeeze tightly around the bag, rotating the tree as we're doing it. Otherwise, you can put it between your knees and you can do exactly the same thing but squeezing your knees together. Once it's loose, we can support the top of the plant by sliding our fingers between the stem and tipping it over, and then we're going to gently rattle the bag until the bag comes off. Now if your tree's like this, it might be very closely what we call root bound. So all we're going to do next is we're going to use our fingers and we're just going to rough up the roots a wee bit, and that just helps this plant establish. Next thing, we're going to put it into the hole, and we're still supporting it with our hand, and we're going to make sure that the tree is nice and straight in the hole. And the next step is we're going to replace the soil that came from the hole back around the plant. Now it's very important that the soil is nice and loose when we're putting it back in. So as I'm putting it back in, I'm just crumbling any large bits, packing it around, still supporting the tree with my other hand. There it goes. See there that we've just covered the top of the tree, the soil. And the last step finally is we're going to be very carefully just use our foot, and we're just going to put a bit of weight all around the tree. And there we have it, one very happy looking tree.